building a Magic deck is way more difficult to me than it used to be. I used to just hammer out decks like nobody's business. I actually have far too many decks. It's a bit of a problem. I swear, it's honestly easier these days for me to make a skit about going crazy trying to build a deck and having cards start talking to me than it is to just build the dang deck, okay? I am trying currently to make an Afara God of the Polis deck. You see her right there in all her majestic glory. And the inspiration to this, I was watching a little bit of Commander on Critical's second channel, Skill Check, where they were wearing shock collars, not exactly OSHA approved, and poor Charlie got stuck with Afara, and actually he did pretty well keeping those triggers. And it reminded me that in my original deck, the first deck I ever made, it was an Azorius color deck, light blue, splashed a little bit of green in there for a little while there, but not for very long. I had Afara in that deck, and I loved having Afara in that deck. I love this card. This is a real nice card, and also reminded me that recently, in something that I bought, this Foundation Starter Collection thingy right here, I got a card that was perfect. Azorius colors, gave me a little bit of blink ability, gave me a little bit of token generation ability. Perfect card to pair with Afara. And I decided, you know what? I need to make this deck. Okay, I need to do something with that dang collection that I bought other than unbox it, which a good amount of you watched. I appreciate that, by the way. I did a video on it, so if you haven't seen that, you can go check that out. Actually, no, if you haven't seen the skit, go check that skit out. That skit was real funny. I'm a funny guy that makes funny skits. That's the main purpose of this channel. But guys, I don't know. Did I lose it? Has it been so long since I've played Magic that I just can't build decks anymore? I swear to you, I struggled. I sat there and I stared at the cards and I was like, yeah, some of these look like they'll be good. And then I remembered I need to worry about mana curve. I need to worry about lands producing the right colors, the right spread of all that jazz. And it intimidated me. I forgot how to build decks. I mean, I have so many decks, so many good decks. I would argue that they're well-made decks. No CEDH. Because one, I don't care about CEDH, and two, I may have a lot of cards, but I don't have that kind of money, so I cannot do that. But I have a lot of decks that I'm pretty proud of. I mean, over the years, I've built deck after deck after deck, and I've become so attached to them that I refuse to dismantle the decks, which can be a bit of a detriment to me because when I was going to start building this deck, I was finding a stunning lack of fetches in the right colors because not only do I have a lot of decks, I have a lot of white and blue decks because those are my two favorite colors by a landslide. So this poor Afara here is kind of lacking. And I know if I own the card, maybe I could just put in a proxy, but I'd rather just have the correct card. And in addition to that, I don't like to net deck. I don't know if you guys net deck all that much. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do go online and like look at what a couple of staples would be that maybe I'm just overlooking, because I'm brain dead that particular day. But generally speaking, I like to just look through my collection and find something that would work. And that might be part of the problem because I don't just have a collection I can look through anymore. It's too much. There's let me show you. Okay. These right here are cards that I sleeved and put into this gift box. At the time that I sleeved them, they're not priced out anymore. Every single one of them was worth at least $1, but not so high that I would put it into a binder. We're talking like $1 to $10 range. This isn't all of them. This is just the ones that I had managed to get to. I have so many more, and that's not the bulk. That's not anything like that. I have too many cards. Don't tell my fiance I said that because you'd be proving her point. She's always saying that I have too many of these cards. We don't want her to know that she's right, okay? Because if she knows that she's right, she always knows she's right. I guess that is kind of a moot point. She already knows. If she knows that I concur that she's correct, it's just going to add fuel to the fire, okay? So let's just keep that our secret. Nobody find her. Nobody talk to her, okay? Because that would be weird. That would just be weird for you guys to be talking to my fiance. Anyway, yeah, you saw those, an entire gift box full of cards that are just like $1 to $10 range, and it's not all of them. There's just thousands upon thousands of cards for me to look through now, and I had started to try and organize them, try to get them out by set and things like that, and narrow it down to have about a play set of everything, and just call it a day on that, because I don't really do much more than Commander. So 4 of each card that's not already currently in a deck that I have built sounds pretty good to me. But I don't know. Like, I couldn't get that done. I tried real hard. I spent like an entire week working through those cards, and it was so much. There's just so much. So I don't know. I think that might be part of it. I think a lot of it's just mental, and probably that I'm just out of touch with it. Like I said, those cards, that Foundations starter collection thing that I opened, was the first thing that I bought in like 2 years. I don't have any Magic cards in between that and whatever was going on 2 years before that, except for maybe in an occasional pack or something that was gifted to me for Christmas. I try not to spend money on that anymore, because I have a lot of what I want. And theoretically speaking, I could probably trade for anything that I want from that point on. I mean, goodness sakes, I have full art foils of all of the swords that were available at the time of Double Masters, I think. So that's a lot. That's a lot, and I haven't even put them in a deck. I never built a Voltron deck or anything like that. They're just sitting. They're sitting in one of these binders here. They are just kind of sitting calmly. Oh my gosh, there's too many of these freaking binders in one of these little guys right here. I don't know if I could find them. Oh, look at that. I flipped directly to them. I flipped directly to these. So, one of them's not full art because there wasn't a full art version available at the time. But it's from a collection that I bought, so I didn't pick them out. They were there. They were there when I purchased the collection. Because that's one thing that I did too. I guess that my collection isn't just a collection. It's like an amalgamation of 3 or 4 collections and then cards that I just bought along the way. Packs, sealed product, all that jazz. I distinctly remember one of the first anime conventions I went to. I think it was OhioCon, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was OhioCon. At the time, Khans of Tarkir had come out. And it was all the rage because it was the first time in a long time that they reprinted some of the fetch lands. And I was like, oh yeah, like we're talking fetch lands that typically price at like $100 each or more. Because at the time they were a lot of money. And there were vendors there selling booster boxes at MSRP price. And they had a ton of them. So we're talking like $100, $120 for an entire booster box of Khans of Tarkir. Actually, no. This was not OhioCon. This was some con all the way down in Georgia, I think, actually. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a con all the way down in Georgia. Now I'm thinking about it. And I bought a box. And then I bought another box. And then I bought a third box. I think I stopped after that, actually. But I bought 3 booster boxes of Khans of Tarkir in one sitting. I, sat there on the floor as people were walking by, enjoying the convention, opening pack after pack after pack after pack after pack. At the time, I wasn't really making YouTube videos. Man, that would have been crazy. At the con, opening Khans of Tarkir boxes with Deadpool and stupid things like that. It would have been funny. Just like, oh my gosh, that would have been something. opening up packs, just handing them to other people and having them open them. That's something you see all the time now on the TikToks. So, man, I would have been way ahead of my time. But, oh well. Live and learn, everybody. I'm going to get this Afara deck built, okay? It's going to be something that I accomplish. I've abandoned so many projects. I'm not stopping on this, and I'm also not stopping on a board game that I just started making. I'm talking to me on that one, okay? You, Justice, are not allowed to stop making that board game. Make the board game. It's a great concept. Anyway, everybody, if you didn't go check out that skit right here. It's a very funny video, and I will catch you in the next video.